What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about what to look for when buying a rental property. This is really important, things that you must know so you don't make any mistakes. The first thing we're going to touch on is location. It's really important to know your location. One, you want to know what the rent is in the specific area, because if you're going to be buying a house in that area that you're going to rent, you want to know what you can rent it for. The other part is you want to know if it's a good area, not a rough area, because that will affect your tenant profile. So make sure you understand your location.
Now the second one is the type of properties. Are you looking to invest in a single family, duplex, triplex, or student rental? Typically, when you're holding a property, we will want to go with anything above 2 units. Student rentals are okay because you are actually getting 6, 8, maybe in some cases 10 different tenants living in one household. And that's really going to diversify a lot of your risk.
So the investment approach, what you're gonna do with that property when you find out the type of property that you're looking for. Are you gonna flip that property? Are you gonna BRRRR the property, which is buy, renovate, rent, refinance, and repeat? Or you might be buying and holding that property. All those options are good. Just make sure you know what your investment approach is.
Now the next one is, once you identify exactly what you're looking for, where you're looking for, and what type of approach that you're going to have, the next one is the condition of the property. If you're just buying a property and hold it, you definitely want to make sure you avoid a property that looks a little too distressed, because all of a sudden it's going to add up a lot of renovation budget that you need to put into the property. Then again, your investing approach is going to alter depending on the condition of the property. So make sure you pay attention to that. Don't underestimate the work and don't over renovate your property.
Purchase price and comparables, much like we spoke about earlier about the area and what you can rent it for. Same thing, but this is really important. You want to know what the comparables in the area are selling for compared to what you are buying. So if you're buying a property that needs a lot of work and you have to put 100K of renovations still into it, make sure you know what the area is selling for. Now, if you're holding the property, you do have some more wiggle room here, but if you are flipping the property, you really need to know your numbers.
And the most important thing is that do not speculate your ARV, your after repair value. We actually have a different video here to explain what are the common mistakes that we made in a flip or BRRRR. Now the next one is cash flow. If you're buying and holding it, or if you're doing the BRRRR method, you want to make sure the rent that comes in here is going to cover all of your expenses, and that's your tax, maintenance, insurance, utilities, and maybe property management fee if you're not going to be self-managing the property. So make sure you always run your number correctly before you put an offer.
Functionality of the property, this is important because remember, you are renting it. So you want to have the least amount of issues as possible with your tenants. You want to make sure that it's a smooth functioning property. So parking is one thing to look at. If it has 1 unit, it's a single family, it's okay if it's just like a 1 driveway where they park cars in front of each other. If it's 2 units or multiple units, you want them to be able to park side by side so that they can leave and come as they please without any tenant issues. The other thing when it comes to functionality is understanding how you're gonna renovate that property. When you're looking at your renovations, you wanna think about the tenant's perspective, because remember, they are gonna live there and you don't want complaints. One thing I've seen a lot too is something simple, but the thermostat. If there's 2 units and the thermostat's only in 1, you can have some arguments going on both ways because 1 unit might be too cold or too hot. So that's something that you can also take a look at. Put the thermostat more in a common area. Maybe you can lock it up, have it controlled from a phone, make sure everybody's happy.
Because remember, if there's any problem, doesn't matter if it's a tenant dispute, doesn't matter if it's a property deficiency, or it's simply just something that as easy as a waste management. Whenever there's a problem, guess who they're going to call? You as a landlord.
Yeah, and that being said, guys, we hope that this helps you guys when it comes to things that you should be looking for when buying your first rental property or your next rental property. If this video helped, give it a like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.